Or it's interesting. Is mom gonna come in here and save her? No, he grabs. Oh no! Instead he grabs her and gets like a clippy, not a knife, but what's called the cutter. What are they called? Oh no! Here we go again. Every goddamn chapter. Here we go again, man. Now we get he's gonna like drown her or something. He's getting in the bathroom. Yeah. Here we go. He's gonna push her into. He's gonna like drown her or something. Jesus Christ, man. It's almost like every goddamn chapter. This manga is so damn brutal. Is she gonna kill her? Maybe. He's keep pushing her into the bathtub, right? Finally for revenge. Yes, this is what I'm waiting for. Mom is here. She grabs his neck. Oh my god, this is what we're waiting for, baby. Mom comes in here, stares at him. Oh, she puts like a needle at him. Oh, hello everyone. Of course, time for Marine Danzai chapter 3, right? I keep reading, my Yandere Mama. It's definitely an interesting manga so far, and I like kind of brutality, right? The seinen of it, I like last chapter how she's like, using her body, right, to get into the school and so on. And I'm, like I said last review, I'm hoping she's gonna, team up with maybe the other abuse victim, right, the girl, maybe one of the guys, right, and I guess the dirty mind that I have in my, dirty hentai mind, I do kind of want to see her, honestly, I do kind of want to see mom do one of the bullies, right? And then of course betray them, but but still, I do want to see mom sleep with one of the bullies and then of course like stab them in the bed or something. It's like that classic honeypot, yeah, mama honeypot. But anyway, let's not read chapter 3. This manga is brutal though, yeah. I mean, last with the girl and so on, yeah, it's almost that, it's almost some bug eating or something. It's a very, not for the faint-hearted, weak stomach people. Anyway, because you might see his perspective now. One of the bullies. So when they're angry. Wrong button. Here we go. So he's all stressed out, right? That's the one. Okay. My god, and he goes around and takes photos of girls' pantses. Oh, this manga, man. This manga is so etchy, man. He's out there like taking images of girls in the underwear and skirts and so on. Yeah, they're all a bunch of douchebags. I said last chapter, right? I'm talking about GTO because I love GTO, guys. And when I have more time, probably next season, right, to do anime stuff, right? Next season, I'm working on that list a little bit, right? Talking about, like I said, last review, I talked about more like old stuff, right? Going back to basics, right? And next month, when I have more time, definitely I'll do a GTO video. But anyway, I bring it up because I said last review, right? I love GTO. Best manga reminds me of GTO, right? Great teacher, Onizuka. And this part here reminds me of Onizuka in the beginning, right? Onizuka, the first chapter, again, he sits there and looks at girls walking past him and like, yeah, he sits there and looks at panties, yeah, I'm like, skirt panty shots. That's how Onizuka actually starts, yeah. So, again, it reminds me of Onizuka, but he's running around, taking some photos or whatever, right, and yeah, he's out there, I don't know what it's called in English, it's called fluktare in Swedish. Yeah, what is it in English? Honestly, fluktare, it's like a really weird, smygtittare. Yeah, it's like peeping Tom, I guess. Yeah, peeping Tom, that's the best word for it. But actually, this is a very weird word in Swedish, yeah, called fluktare. That's what they call it. When people are sitting there peeping at girls' paddles and so on. And I don't know, yeah, it's such a weird word, fluktare. That's like peeping Tom in Swedish. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm gonna educate you guys with the terms here in Swedish. But seriously, that is a word that I heard maybe twice in my life. Yeah, fluktare. It's like a word you never. Peeping Tom, I mean, is a concept you hear, not all the time, but obviously in movies and so on. Fluktare on the head. No, that's like. Anyway, he comes, takes his phone from him. I see. Well, I mean, I think he's working for him, right? It feels like he's. I mean, I'm not gonna say that the other bullies are innocent or whatever, right? I'm not that kind of guy, but it certainly feels like we obviously have the ringleader, and he's like making him money and so on. Oh, you get some new photos for me? Oh, you get some new blackmail, right? Yeah, it feels like he's kind of like, yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, sorry, Torema, yeah. Ooh, and then mom is standing there looking at them. Oh yeah, but he's obviously his, under his control or whatever you call it. But okay, so what's mom thinking then? So mom, of course, has the photos now. She's the USB. She's got the PC. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna plan or something. You know, I feel mom is probably. Oh no, I know she sees some guys hugging, or I don't know. She sees some other kids like, yeah, bro. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, my son. Yeah. Oh, here comes the girl that she was abused. Yeah. See if I'm right here, then mom is gonna team up with her, right, and the other, abuse victims, right? Yeah. So she's like, oh yeah, sensei. He comes in here. Oh, you can rest here, of course, honey. No, she's apologizing to sensei, of course, for last time. And, I think the writing is pretty good, right? Because this is kind of what you expect. That unfortunately, a lot of victims, right, in the situation, blame themselves, right? So of course now she's blaming, sensei, not mom, but sensei mommy. She's blaming her, say, oh, I'm sorry, sensei, that you got dirty or whatever. Yeah, and of course now she's like, oh, it's my fault, right? That makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, how a lot of people get in the situation. Yeah, she's just like, oh, it's my fault. Interesting, because to her, sensei is kind of like a divine being. Yeah, we get the light here. Yeah, and she's like, oh, don't worry, honey. I have to say though that the art is like, okay, let's make a titties. I mean, I like it. In her perspective, sensei is a nice goddess, right? But I also have to say that the art is like her breast. Her oppa suddenly grew twice in size, just in that panel. But okay, yeah, she's gonna explain, of course, to her how it happened, right? He blackmailed her. We're really gonna figure it out, right? He blackmailed her and, art her or whatever and so on. Yeah. She explains to Sensei what happened. Mom keeps standing there in the light of the sun and be like, oh, honey, I got your side, yeah. Nice. Yeah. But he's probably her first revenge victim, right? He is the weakest of the bad guys too, probably. Because he's mostly like the bottom, right, of the order, of the ringleader, so... Okay. Targeting her again here? Is this after she was at Sensei's place? I guess so. They welcome home from school or something? Oh, she tried to run away from him? Oh, it's interesting. Is mom gonna come in here and save her? No, instead he grabs her and gets like a clippy, not a knife, but what's called the cutter. What do they call them again? Whatever, the wood cutter thing, the cutter knife. But I never the name, but he gets it with one of those, you have in school. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man, this man is being brutal. Yeah, he gets her, comes in here with like threatening her. He's getting, he's right, man. He's getting desperate, man. He's getting desperate since mom went at him, right? Comes here with the knife cutter. Something like that. They call something like that. Okay, I mean, okay. We talked about language earlier, guys. I just want to address it here. Sometimes people give me the comments saying that, oh, your English is terrible or whatever. How can you not know this thing, right? I'm just saying, I have no idea what these knife things are called in Swedish either, or Japanese. I have no idea what they're called. Box cutter? Is that what they're called? I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I'm just like, I can't, is that what they're called? Box cutter? Box cutter. Box cutter knife or something. I'm just like, I'm getting frustrated. What is a box cutter knife? Yeah, sharp knife, a box cutter knife. That's what it's called, right? Box cutter knife. Yeah. Box cutter kniv. Nej. I have no idea what they're called in Swedish. Mattknivar. See, I have to Google it. Now I finally remember the English word for it. Box cutter knife. And then I googled that. I was like, okay, that's matkniv in Swedish. Matt. Because it's flat, I guess. Okay. I'm sorry, but I was like, I never remember what these knives are called. And they're so common, right? Because they have them in school. Yeah, you have them in school to cut stuff, right? So you can like retract the blade, right? Okay. Oh, no. Here we go again. Every goddamn chapter. Here we go again, man. Now we get, he's gonna like drown her or something. He's getting in the bathroom. Yeah, here we go. He's gonna push her into... he's gonna like drown her or something. Jesus Christ, man. It's almost like every goddamn chapter, man. Now we're gonna get the poor lady. She's gonna get into that. Where's Angel and Mama when you need her? I felt she might be following them though. I mean, maybe she's like filming this something, right? From the side or whatever, right? Because she clearly kind of assumed that he was gonna do something. But yeah, he's like drowning her now and watering her. Okay. Yeah, she's trying to stand up to him a little bit, right? Since mom gave her a little bit of information and so on. Okay, he's gonna kill her. Maybe she'll die here. My god, this manga is so damn brutal. Is she gonna kill her? Maybe. He's keep pushing her into the bathtub, right? Maybe? But here comes mom. We see like her image of, you know, mommy, like the heavenly mom. She might appear. Here we go! Is mom finally for revenge? Yes! Yes, this is what I'm waiting for. Mom is here. She grabs his neck. Oh my god, this is what we're waiting for, baby. Mom comes in here, stares at him. Oh, she puts like a needle at him. Yeah, she probably is drugging him, right? Put some, mom's first revenge here. Okay, she's put him up in some kind of, I'll say it, I don't know, some chain or something. But yeah, I mean, I call it, man. I call it. The mom was probably following her, right? Yeah, it felt kind of obvious the mom was there. Okay, she puts him up in a shirt or something. Okay, but this is exciting, man. I want to see mom's first revenge, right? Since he was trying to drown the lady, I guess mom might be like, oh, I'm gonna kill you with water, right? Yeah, you might get the same. Oh yeah, and then it ends. Goddamn, but that was a good. Finally, Moms gets her first, Moms gets her first revenge there. Yeah, she puts him out, and I guess she's gonna drown him, right? Yeah, she's gonna drown him. Man, first time you see someone getting punished for the victim, man. Yeah, first revenge, man. I guess next chapter we focus more on that, of the actual revenge. But as always, man, this manga is brutal. The drowning. But I have to say, I said it right. I felt that in this chapter, I did feel that mom was gonna come and save her. Yeah, I think that was kind of presented right. That the mom was, like she was looking at talking to her at school, right? And then we saw her, him, kidnapping her with the box cutter knife. But I felt that it was kind of presented that mom was probably behind them, right? Maybe because I was thinking that even if mom was gonna save her, right? I mean, necessarily be able to save her. Rather, let's rephrase it. I was thinking that even if mom was gonna fail to save her, right, from getting killed or whatever, I was at least imagining that mom is probably gonna tape him, right? You know what I mean? Because if I was mom, right, wanting revenge for my dead son, knowing this guy is a criminal, right, and knowing he's after this poor girl, I probably would have tracked them, right, and would have followed her home, right, not only to protect her, but also to be able to have a camera or something and tape it or whatever, right, or do both, probably, right, but both tape it so we can get evidence of him, and then of course also potentially save her, right, if it's possible. So I was thinking that mom was gonna be somewhere in the shadows, right, trying to save her. When we saw that running scene earlier here, I was like, yeah, she probably witnessed that running scene when he had the boxer knife. But there's no indication that she actually is behind them, but I guess alright, yeah, makes sense. And then we get, but I have to say this thing though, this chapter is probably the least brutal chapter actually. Even though a girl almost got drowned, yeah, even though a girl almost got killed this chapter, this is probably the least brutal chapter, I have to say, yeah, of this manga. This is the friendliest one when the girl gets almost drowned. Oh, it's fine, but honestly, I mean, I think about it a little bit, but maybe because drowning, it's not so visual, I guess. Maybe that's why, I'm not saying it's a nice, pleasant scene or whatever, but maybe, when someone, I mean, if you compare it to the last chapter where she was getting like awed by them, right, tied up and so on, right, and of course, when they were like, not only when her son got killed, but the general scene where they kick him with the darting and so on, right, those scenes are more visual, and the bug scene, of course, the bug scenes, right, the drowning is actually probably the least, like how I say it, brutal scene when you see the face or whatever. Yeah, it definitely feels different in that sense. Still a brutal scene, of course. And the box cutter scene, yeah. But it's classic me. I see the thing, it's like, oh god, what is it called? Like, I see so many animes and mangas too. It's a very common tool, right? Because I guess the common tool because a kid can have a box cutter and then you can always retract the blade, right? So you can have it in school and like the kids probably shouldn't. Yeah, the kids hopefully won't accidentally hurt themselves. But if you give a kid like a real knife, a typical knife, right? There's no way to actually kind of remove the blade in that sense. So I guess the risk that the risk to get hurt is bigger. It's also one thing I think with box cutter knives, it's hard to fight with them. Like they're really sharp, right? But like a real knife has more of if you cut someone or whatever, yeah, it doesn't break it easily. Box cutter knife are very easy to actually use break, so you can still hurt someone like he was trying to hurt her, right, or threatening her, but It actually isn't that good a weapon, because if someone puts you away with it, it breaks the blade or whatever. So, but anyway, what do you guys think? What is Mom's revenge gonna be? I think she's going with water, right? He was trying to drown her, so I think that the revenge is drowned back. Yeah, she gets him with the needle. I wonder if the girl's gonna come back. That's interesting. What do you guys think about that? I wonder if, I mean, obviously Mom is gonna kill him probably, right? But I wonder if she's gonna, if she's gonna help her out, right? I keep thinking that I want to see Mom, teaming up with the victims, right? So I'm wondering if she's gonna come back here and be like, oh, you tried to drown me, I will drown you instead. Yeah, like she's gonna, maybe, right? Maybe. Right now, I don't see her being there. Mom just takes him, right? To like a church. Yeah, Mom takes him to a church by herself. But I'm wondering if, she's gonna bring in the girl, be like, you wanna kill him, you wanna finish him? It's yours to finish. Yeah, I wonder that, right? There'll also be a way to bring them to be her, accomplishment. Yeah, like they're gonna join her team because, well, if you don't, yeah, you can kill him, but then you can't, tell anyone about it, right? Yeah, it's like, have you ever seen, what are they called now again? The Revenge trilogy. It's like Old Boy and so on. Old Boy was a manga. I read the Old Boy is a manga, classic, revenge manga, right? This isn't very similar to Old Boy, but I guess there's some similarities generally because Old Boy is a very, like revenge thing. But it's, of course, it's a Korean movie, right, based on that manga. And I would say this thing, I think me and most people actually first saw the Korean movie, right, before we read the Japanese manga, because Old Boy is a very, very famous movie, right? Yeah, it's like a super iconic movie. But anyway, there's another movie from the same director. Of course, I can't remember what it's called now, but there are two other movies. One is called like Lady Revenge, something like that, like Lady Death or something. But yeah, there's a scene in the other ones when they bring everyone together. Revenge trilogy, the Vengeance trilogy, or the Revenge trilogy. I think it's Lady Vengeance, but that might be is Lady Vengeance the one where they go and live in this rich place? I wanna say it's Lady Vengeance. That's what I was thinking in my head. But the other one is Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. But anyway, in one of them, I think it's Lady Vengeance. That's what I put my head at least. In that one, there's like a scene where everyone's like the whole, like a bunch of parents, they all together kill a guy, and everyone's like, everyone has to kill him, everyone has to beat him. In one of them, it's one of them. Yeah, it's not an Old Boy, but in one of them, I think it's Lady Vengeance, but it might be the other one, Sympathy of Vengeance, where they basically have this guy they all want revenge on, right? And then someone is like, we all have to stab him once or something. Yeah, so all the parents like hurt this guy, right? So it's like 20 people, right? And they all take part in hurting him, so that no one's gonna tell the cops, because it's like, well, if we all did it, we all murders now. Yeah, we're all part of this scheme, So that might, I'm thinking more might be like, hey, you wanna go and kill him? So you all part of my scheme here. But it's one of those. I think it's one of those Vengeance trilogy movies. Not Old Boy. Not Old Boy. Not two other ones. But they have like some whole like. It's like the whole. It's like it's basically like school, right? It's like all the parents in together, right? In a school, it's like, okay, we gotta get revenge together, It's like all the parents to the students, right? Something like that, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty. It has been like over 10 years since I've seen these movies. Old Boy was out in 2003. Yeah, 20 years. Okay, I've seen it more than once though, but yeah, I haven't seen the other two movies in probably like almost 20 years. Okay, so if my memory fails me here, because I've seen a lot of Korean movies. Okay, so it might be that, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the other two. Where all the parents in one school then gets revenge together, so no one is gonna tell the cops, right? Because then everyone's gonna get arrested. So it's like we're all part of this together, right? Anyway, guys, what do you guys think? But yeah, as you can hear, I kind of like this, I guess I'm horny for vengeance, yeah. Something like that. Anyway, please subscribe, and have a great day.